Hey, good morning or good evening, because as you can see, it's dark outside, so daylight savings is over and we have fallen back, and it now gets dark at 5 p.m. Not my favorite. I'm a daylight savings girl. So remember my hole in the sock that appeared right after I finished the Kitchener stitch? Well, I decided this was a good opportunity to practice myself and show you how I would darn a sock that has a big gash in the leg. Because there's something special about the leg that needs to happen that you wouldn't need as much on the foot. If I were darning on my foot, I would most likely do a woven darn. But on the leg, because this needs to stretch, we need to darn using a knitted patch, essentially. So I purposely did not use the yarn that came in that I had left over for this, because I wanted you to be able to see my work. And so what I put together is a few clips with the video kind of peeking on my side, and I tried to make sure that you could be on camera. You could see the camera. Hopefully that worked. But what I did is take this, what looks like brown yarn, but I'm pretty sure it's purple yarn, and maybe in daylight it'll show purple. And I did just an over-under stitch around the opening, leaving a decent margin for the torn bits. In this case, because this is a ribbed sock, I did purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 stitches. And I made ribbing in this piece as wet to match the band here. So that when I put these socks on, and part of what I like about this pattern, or ribbed socks in general, is they give you a lot of give. Now, I feel this patch. It's still double thickness, because I didn't go in the back and cut away this stuff. I didn't want to risk losing it, or steek it, sort of. So what I did is, after I stitched around the outside edge, I picked up stitches at the bottom, and you can see where I picked them up, and with just 2 pairs of double points, I knit back and forth 2 ribbed rows, and I even did a little bit of a shift so that it matches the design on this part of the ribbed sock. knit up. I then took a needle and thread with I bound off when it was well past the hole, and then I took a needle and thread and I stitched my patch down on the other 3 sides. So that's how I did that patch from the front. Then I took the needle, took all the ends, the Kitchener finished end, and the start space up here at the cuff, all of the threads that had ends here, and I think I had 3 or 4 threads on this piece. And then I think there was a point where I had to cut the main yarn and tie in. So that was in here, as well as the cut pieces on the inside. And I'm going to try and show you the inside here. There it is. Doesn't look great on the inside. I was reticent to cut away that extra layer, so what I did instead is do a few over and under stitches to anchor down the loose threads that were the ladder stitches from where it broke away. And then I also went in and I tried to capture any open loops with the purple thread, and then I went in and found any ends that I could identify. I teased them out, and I also hid them into the sock with my darning needle. Also trying to then weave into the fabric so that they would felt a bit. So there we go. A finished sock with a visible mend and a stretchy mend because it's on the leg. That's why I picked that. Now the good news is normally this length of socks I would fold down. So there you go. A visible mend that you can't even see because it's covered up. There you go. David has a pair of socks that needs a mend on the ball of the foot, even though I think I'm going to have to rip back and reknit the whole foot because it's quite the hole. But I'll try and find that and do that next because I think it's very appropriate for our unfinished object, don't you? All right, fixed. What did I do today? I had a meeting with the new VP who is going to be VP of the Portland Lace Society, and then I went with Kathy, my friend, to a sewing machine shop where where Kathy has a sewing machine she's having fixed. So we got to be nerdy about sewing machines and look at a bunch of those today. And then I came back and did this darning project for you. So as far as unfinished projects go, I have, my cable sweater. That was one. The sock was a massive unfinished project. And then this sweater that I showed you quite a few times during the trip and the cruise, this sweater, the cable sweater. This one fits me. One of my sales reps asked that I hurry up and get the pattern release and then get her a sample sweater to wear on her sales visits. So I am quickly knitting a second sweater in a smaller size, and I'm also testing the pattern. So we will hopefully in the next few days or by next week have a finished second cable sweater and hopefully a pattern that will be usable. Yeah, I guess that's basically it. I came home, had dinner, and now I'm waiting for my food to settle so I can have a little dessert. That's all for me today. I will see you on Thursday with whatever updates have happened around here. Hopefully inspiration will show up, or I'll show you my progress on this sweater and the pattern development. Until then, I will see you Thursday. Remember, subscribe if you want to see more of what's happening on the channel. If you cannot see this darning technique very well, let me know in the comments, and I'll set up an overhead camera where I'm on the table. It's kind of hard for me to knit with stuff away from me. So what provides you with a good camera shot does not provide me with very good knitting. And I'm finding I need to start putting on, I have some computer glasses, and I'm finding that I have trifocals, and that it's getting harder and harder as I get older maybe, or maybe my glasses are just changing. I'm finding it more difficult to knit except in my sweet spot. So working on a table, I'm a little blind. All right, I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.